So first of all, I will not thank the organizers. I will thank the students and the attendees who are still here to hear the speech. Once again, thank you. Thank you, organizers, especially Saswat for inviting me, and thank you the speakers who had given their lectures and talk before me. So everyone had given good talks, like ma'am had given on the R&D part, people had given the talks on coding part. So I'll be doing a summary of the whole thing, where we are implementing this course and how we are implementing this course. My basic agenda is to show you where we will be implementing the course or the AI part in the PSUs, Public Sector Unit. Anyone have any idea what is Public Sector Unit?
Companies work for the government.
Okay. Where the private sector fear to enter. Where the private sector fear to enter. आप अगर एक स्टील फैक्ट्री बनाओगे, आपका प्रॉफिट यूनिट आएगा 15 साल के बाद. नहीं कर सकते हो ना? In India, within a single quarter, if you are not defining any profitability or you are not seeing the financial result, after 3 quarters, what happened with the Lehman Brothers 10 years back, 15 years back? It went bankrupt. I hope you should be knowing 2009 debacle, financial debacle.
Yeah.
Correct. So these are the places where the public sectors are entering to it, like iron and steel. Example, Rourkela Steel Plant, to name a few, Nalco, DRDO, HAL, Paradip Port Trust, Manindi Coalfields, to name a few. And there are many units. Okay? So start with, first we'll say, already my previous speakers had already given a brief overview what is AI. Why the PSUs are going for the AIs? One is efficiency. Have anyone have any knowledge what was the employee strength in RSP 10 years back? No one, na? Do you know it was one of the major recruiters? And do you know what is the manpower strength right now in RSP, Rourkela Steel Plant? Yes, no? Okay. There was a reduction of near about 70% manpower. Why? They had implemented many of the technologies, advanced technologies, mostly from European countries, preferably Germany and US companies. They were optimizing their efficiency, reducing the inefficient manpowers, increasing the efficiency of the man hours and manpowers, and their productivity cost, reducing their productivity cost. So that is what the cost savings and better decision making. Earlier it would have been taken 6 months to take a decision. Now it takes 15 days at max to take a decision. This is the decision making process. Where the AIs will be used. Many of the previous speakers have given some ideas on coding or the technology part. Here, where the decision making process will be done. Predictive maintenance. There are steel furnaces which cost in crores. Simple decision making mistake, it will ruin the things will not work in proper, and the productivity will reduce. There will be a stoppage in the workforce. Many things will happen if we do a predictive maintenance using AI. These things can be stopped. Resource management, supply chain management, data management, document management is one of the key things which is being implemented on AI or implemented in the PSUs. And lastly, not the least, one of our incubated startup at STBI, we are working on the environmental monitoring part, where they are using AI to calculate the carbon emission and selling the carbon points in the European market. I will come down to it. The second part also where this implementation is happening is safety and incident prevention. There is a startup in IIT Bhubaneswar. They are working on AR VR, disaster management. किसी को कुछ idea है? नहीं है? Okay, I'll tell you. Suppose you are a team of plant workers who are working in the steel plant or a PSUs. We will be training you in the disaster management. It's a cost. You will be coming, then we will be doing a simulation, it's a cost. Suppose for example we have an AR/VR tool where you'll be putting a goggles in your eyes and you'll be sitting and you'll be experiencing how the simulation will happen with a very fraction of the cost. Had the infrastructure we had to be made, it would have been in crores. For example, in ISP it was in 3.5 crores. We can make it in 3.5 lakhs. 100 times reduction in the cost. And believe me, this thing is being done by one of the startup incubated in IIT Bhubaneswar. They have the projects from Nalco, Hindalco, PepsiCo. They are using it. I'll tell you the name, don't worry about it. Okay? Decision making systems, yes, there is one of the startups, again they are working on it. Customer service in chatbots. I think my previous speaker, he was saying about chatbots, how the utility of chatbots in the medical field. Here, PSUs are working or asking us to interact with their customers using chatbots because they don't have the requisite manpower, or training a manpower is really cost or a troubling task for them. They are asking for automated systems where these things can be used. Fraud detection. I was discussing with one of the speakers how to detect a fraud. The use case. Most of the places in a PSUs, or you can say in a hazardous place, there are multiple things where in some places people will be using their helmets. In some places people will be using their gloves. In some places they will be using an overcoat. How to identify them? So where they will be using their gloves, they can't use their fingerprint scanning. Where they will be using the helmet, they can't use their eye scanning. Where they are using their overcoat, it will be very difficult to bring out their badge or ID cards and swipe it up. So what to do? So there is a methodology. There is a methodology it is being used. Like if a person is coming, we can take it at attendance in 8 parameters. His walking style, talking style, iris scan, ID card, fingerprints, even the hairstyles. So out of these 8 parameters, any one of the parameters we can take it on and we can give an access to the person and the fraud detection can be done. Or else what will happen? Giving some excuses, many important records can be stolen from the companies. And yes, it had happened, it's a case study, and one of the organizations or startups is working on these things using the ML technologies. Energy management, PwC is already working on it. Energy forecasting and model, Tata Power is working on it. They are already implementing in Odisha. And AI-driven financial forecasting. How many people are using the Grow app? Already, so you guys are using, right? They are using some tools to predict up and down, right? That is the best case example of AI tools. Now the major challenges. Why many places the AI is not being used? The first thing is data privacy and security. Suppose I come from an STPI. I am using AI, and it does the decision making very fast. Everything happens very fast. कोई एक दिन में जाके देखा कि मेरा डेटा चोरी हो गया. मेरा बॉस बोलेगा, किसने बोला था तुम्हें AI इंप्लीमेंट करने के लिए? संभाल नहीं सकते हो डेटा? So you will be penalized for it. And you know, in the government sector or PSU sector, the penalty is very harsh. Very harsh. I'll be behind the bars for the data security issue. So that is one of the challenges. Next is the skill gaps and the training needs. For PSUs, many of the people should be knowing the job is permanent. एक बार हो गया शांति. So no one will take care of the skill enhancements. Yes, it's a problem. That is we are trying to address it. And the infrastructure limitation. एक बिल्डिंग बनाने के लिए हमें 3 साल लगेगा. If it's done by a private entity, it will take 6 months. If by the government entity, it will take 3 years. Approval, that 1 approval, 2 approval, 3 approval, 4 approval, then it will take 3 years. So infrastructure limitations. In order to buy a server, we have to take multiple permissions, multiple certifications, multiple precautions. Then we can buy a server. तब तक वो outdated हो जाता है. Happened with me. We were trying to buy a GPU kind of server. It took me 10 months. तब तक वो vendor बोल रहा है कि सर ये तो outdated हो गया, दूसरा दे दूँ आपको. And I was helpless, literally helpless. But again, here comes the best line of picture. government policies are supporting the PSUs right now. How? In some of the places, government is taking private partnership, like implementing the AR/VR projects. What you are saying, IIT startup is implementing the AR/VR disaster management project in a PSUs like NALCO or you can say RSPCL. Second, ethics and responsibility. We are trying or we are training multiple employees to learn where to use AI and where not to use AI. And if you are being given a task, how responsible you are and what is the ethical impact of it. Third, skill adoption. Out of 10, not all the people are not adverse to the skill training. 30%, 40% are supportive. Train them, make them eligible, make them empowered. Impact of AI in public sector. What make the task easy for some other people? Telling that yes, if you are adopting it, it makes your life easy. If you are not adopting it, it is difficult. Some people are accepting it, things are happening. And the future trends. What the future trend means? I had been asked by one of the very senior member from National Aluminum Corporation, Priyadarshi, we want to implement blockchain. I said, sir, where will be implementing the blockchain? Where? कहीं भी होगा चलेगा, but हम लोग को implement करना है. क्यों? सर क्यों? बहुत blockchain सुन रहे हैं, चीज है क्या? हम लोग कहाँ पे implement करेंगे? This was they are looking for the सुन रहे हैं blockchain. There is a term called blockchain. कहाँ पे implement कर सकते हैं? So that they can also say कि yes, in NALCO we are implementing blockchain. Why I told you? Because they are also looking to the trends and they don't know where to use, how to use. We have to guide them up. The growth and adoption. Some of the examples already I had given you. One example is from NALCO. Second one is NTPC. They are using it in transmission of power channels. The power transmission जो हो रहा है NTPC. Indian Railways is one of the best case example. Ma'am was saying yes, they are also implementing the railways. Indian Railways after the accidents, multiple accidents, they are trying to control the signaling using AI tool. It had come up. I hope there is one of the organizations they are implementing it. It's an Indian startup supported by IIT Kharagpur. Once I get that name, I'll let you know. Okay, these are all the companies. You know, can you tell me? There is no penalty for the wrong answer and there is no reward for the right answer. But you can guess it. Can you tell me where in DRDO AI is being used? Someone said automated drones. Second? Yes.
For the target indication of
Yes, correct. Anything more? Swarm drone.
Disaster management we used in disaster management for like we worked on landslide detection.
Perfect. I got it. Any other things?
Seeker of
Okay. Then lower level technology में आ जाओ ना. ये तो बहुत drone swarm बड़े हो गए. छोटे level में आ जाओ. Check-in. कौन सा? Okay. I'll tell you one example is there. Do you know this artillery bombs? वहाँ पे क्या यूज होता है? Bofors, right? Someone said Bofors. वहाँ पे क्या यूज होता है? Metals. Cells. Correct. The artillery tube एक लंबा सा होता है, उसके अंदर से फायर होता है. उसका एक कैपेसिटी होता है. After 50 fires, that is incapable of doing anything. So the nozzle need to be changed. Correct? So there is a project from one of the countries. I will not name the country. And believe me, that project is being going on in IIT Bhubaneswar. There is a combination of 8 metals. They had asked a solution of combination of 8 metals to design a nozzle which will be working more than 20% of the average firing. Same same nozzle, same firing material, but if it is continuing with after 100 firings, if the nozzle get outdated, they wanted it need to go to up to 120 firings. Okay, the material composition remains the same. The material composition remains the same. Like there are 8 materials, 8 metal alloys, but the differences in the composition of the material defines the strength of the alloy nozzle. And you know this thing is being done using AI. कितना को पता था ये चीज? The implementation of AI in metallurgy. A drone, everywhere AI is being used in multiple ground level works. Even when I also learned it, it was a surprise from me. So I'm not expecting. So yes, there are places where AI is being used. Even we don't have any idea where it is being used. Okay, so what it defines? This is what when we are defining the predictive mechanism. हम लोग प्रिडिक्ट करना चाहते हैं कि उसका लाइफ स्पैन कितने में खत्म हो रहा है, उसका लाइफ स्पैन हम लोग कैसे एक्सपांड करवा सकते हैं. Okay, in Paradip Port Trust, the case study, you know what the case study is? We want the IoT and the AI to be combined so that the time lagging, what the ships coming in the port need to be reduced by 20%. Why? If there is, the port have a capacity of 10 ships and there are 20 ships on the line, each ship takes at around 8 hours. So it is 80 hours total. Sorry, 8 hours. So in a 8 hours of time, 10 ships can go. If we can reduce the time by 20%, so 20% roughly around 1 hour. So in 7 hours we can remove 10 ships. So if in a day, single day, 24 hours, we can remove 30 ships. Here in 21 hours we can remove 30 ships. So we have 4 more hours. So in a couple of 2 days we can remove 70 ships instead of 60 ships. I want you guys to be thinking on that direction. Am I saying anything wrong? Leave apart. Last thing is inland waterways. After the cyclone, 1999 super cyclone, and after the new government, they try to use the inland waters like river and connecting the rivers using the lakes for the better transportation system. So they are using the water flow mechanism, using drone simulation, using the multiple tools to make the optimized use of the inland water system using the boats and ships. It is a very nascent area which is coming up, but yes, it is not old one. It is not a new one. Already being implemented in Japan, or not Japan, in Europe, US, but very new to India. Start exploring in those areas. So coming down to our organizations, what we are doing. So I am leading the Emerging Tech Center of Excellence or Entrepreneurship of STPI. Our responsibility is to support startups, experts and students in emerging technology, mostly blockchain, AI, cyber security, additive manufacturing, robotics. We have one of the state-of-the-art robotics lab in Fortune Tower. Feel free to visit there. We are every time you are welcome, including the speakers and the students or experts who are there. And about me, I had nearly 20 years of experience in multi-domain means IT, finance, and logistics. And to add to it, had mentored to near about 100 startups pan-India, invested in around 18 to 20 startups pan-India. That's it. So these are the contact details of our organization. And any questions? No questions?
Sir, thanks, right?